Daniel 5 and verse 18.
Daniel chapter 5 verse 18. O thou king, the Most High Yahweh gave Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom and majesty and glory and honor.
Right. So here Daniel is speaking to Belshazzar, right? Which is Nebuchadnezzar's grandson, right? And Daniel is bringing certain things to his remembrance. Saying, listen, the Most High raised up Nebuchadnezzar to rule over ancient Babylon. Right? Read on up.
For the majesty that he gave him, all people, nations, and languages trembled and feared before him, whom he would slew, and whom he would keep alive, and whom he would set up, and whom he would put down.
Right, meaning, right, the Most High set up King Nebuchadnezzar, and whatever King Nebuchadnezzar wanted to do, he'd do it, because the power was in his hands. Right, the Most High set him up to rule, right? Read on.
But when his heart was lifted up, and his mind hardened in pride, he was deposed from his kingly throne, and they took his glory from him.
Right, see that when his heart was lifted up, right? And when he was hardened with pride, he was proud. What did the Most High do with him? Right? The Most High kicked him off from his throne. You understand? Kick him off from his throne. Again, these are examples the Most High let happen. Right? So we could learn from it. Right? In Romans 15 and 4 it says everything that was written aforetime was written for our learning. Right? So we saw how the Most High deal with people who were prideful, who were proud. Right? How he brought them down. Alright? Read on now.
And he was driven from the sons of men, and his heart was made like the beast, and his dwelling was with the wild asses. They fed him with grass like oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven. So he knew that the Most High, Yahweh, ruled in the kingdom of men.
God, until he knew, he had to acknowledge that the God of the Israelites, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, ruled in the kingdom of men. Right? And every nation is going to know that. Every last one of y'all are going to know it. That the God of the Israelites ruled in the kingdom of men. Right? Read on, huh?
And that he appointed over it whomsoever he will.
Right. And the Most High appoint over it whosoever he will. Just like the next rulership coming. It's for his people. Right? It's for his people. We read Isaiah 59. The Most High hand is now short that he cannot save. Right? Because why? He's coming back to save, to deliver his people, the Israelites. You understand? And what? And set us back up in the position of rulership. A lot of people can't believe it right now. Because again, y'all are proud.
But hast lifted up thyself against the Lord of heaven, and they have brought the vessels of his house before thee, and thou, and thy lords, thy wives, thy concubines, have drunk wine in them, and thou hast praised the God of gold, of silver, and of, the gods of silver and gold, and brass, iron, wood, and stone, which see not, hear, nor know, and the God in whose hand thy breath is, and whose are all thy ways, has thou not glorified.
Right. He has not glorified the Most High. Again, give reverence to the true and living God. He didn't do that. He didn't acknowledge the true and living God that put him in that position he's in. This is Belshazzar now. Right? Now what's going to happen? Jump to verse 30. Jump to matter of fact, read start at 22 again. Go ahead.
Daniel chapter 5 verse 22. And thou, his son, Belshazzar, hast not humbled thine heart, though thou knowest all this.
Right. Again, Belshazzar, right? Nebuchadnezzar's grandson. He know what the Most High God did with his grandfather, Nebuchadnezzar, right? And he didn't humble himself even though he know it, right? Read on now.
We have an issue.
But hast lifted up thyself against the Lord of heaven, and they have brought the
12
vessels of
tribes
his
of
house before
Israel
thee,
are
and
underneath
thou,
the ball
and thy
drop.
lords, thy wives, and thy concubines have
They're all
drunk
like-
wine in them, and thou hast praised the God of silver and gold, of brass, iron, wood, and stone, which see not, nor hear, nor know, and the God in whose hand thy breath is, and whose are all thy ways, as thou not glorified.
Right. In all their ways, they was not glorified. They didn't glorify the Most High God. Right? So what's going to happen? Judgment have to fall on them. Right? Read on now.
Then was the part of the hand sent from him, and this writing was written. And this is the writing that was written.
Right, but this is how the Most High beginning to humble him when he starts seeing the writing on the wall, right? Read on now.
Many tekel ufarsin.
Right. Meaning, read on.
This is the interpretation of the thing. Many, the Most High has numbered thy kingdom and finished it.
Right, see that the Most High has numbered his kingdom and finished it. Right, read on.
Tekel, thou art weighed in the balance, and thou art found wanted.
Meaning you're lacking. You're lacking, but when you read this, you could think of America. Have America in mind. Right, have America in mind. Read on.
Paris, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and the Persians.
Except in this time it won't be to the Medes and the Persians. It's going back to the Israelites. That's who's getting it. The Israelites. You can read that in Daniel 7 and verse 18. And to prove it, oh, what you got? Give me Daniel 7:18.
Daniel chapter 7 verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
Right, the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever. That's talking about the Israelites. You see that? So that's who got the next rulership. Remember, the Most High set up whoever he wants to. Right? He gives everybody a shot. This time, it's the Israelites getting it. Now go back to Daniel 5 and sort of 29. Matter of fact, jump to verse 30.
Verse 30, Daniel chapter 5 verse 30. In that night was Belshazzar, the king of the Chaldeans, slain.
In that same night, Belshazzar was slain by Darius. You see that? Again, Proverbs 16:18. Pride will go before destruction, and that haughty spirit before a fall. You see how the Most High operate? You understand? So it's better to humble yourself. Again, you're going to have to do it two ways. There's two ways you have, two options. You're going to do it willingly, or the Most High is going to do it for you. Period. Either you're going to humble yourself willingly, or the Most High God, the God of the Israelites, is going to do it for you. He's going to humble you. Right? And what? The same thing happened with Antiochus Epiphanes. He propped up himself to be something when he was nothing. Matter of fact, let's get that. This is the third